insights on the industry.
Good morning, friends. Shri Satyajit ji, Shri Dilip Oman, Shri Arora ji, Shri Satija ji, and Dr. Gautam, my friends. It's a very good platform to speak on technology. Though technology is a very vast subject, in few hours and few minutes we cannot cover it. But one thing is for sure that the resources may be unlimited, but creativity is not. All of us are working in this country. The country has a dream to reach to 300 million ton. Today we are at level about 120 million ton. We welcome the entry of the ArcelorMittal. The SR is now ArcelorMittal. So it's a good sign for the country that multinational companies are coming in country, and the dream to reach to 300 million ton will definitely be completed one day, because more and more multinational companies, they do come, they bring the investments in the country. It's better for the country. When the multinational company, they do come, they bring a lot of experience, they bring a lot of technology, and the dissemination of knowledge that starts from there. I think now the time has come for the country to come to a very mature stage of steel mills and steel technology. We have been struggling for the last 100 years. Till 1990, we were at a level of just 14 million ton. In 2000, we reached about 50 million ton. In 2020, we are about 120 million ton. I'm sure by 2030, we will be at more than 150, 160 million ton. I'm not expecting by 2030, 300 million ton. Because, as rightly said by Mr. Dilip Oman, the customers are more demanding now. They are looking for value for money. They want high strength steel. They want low thickness, high strength steel. This is how people developed X60, X70, X80, now X120. Lightweight, high strength. So that's the mantra. That means low in tonnage. This is how we have been experiencing every day. So it's a good sign, and steel industry is all geared up to meet out such requirements. Time has also come to install more and more design institutes in this country. We have to take lessons from China. Most of the Chinese steel mills, they have their own design institutes. And these design institutes, they support in terms of designing the equipment, bringing the technology, sometimes homegrown technology, and sometimes they do the collaborations with the European or American companies, and finally they excel in each and every area. The best thing in China is they find the easiest solution to the complex problems. So this is something we have to learn. The other good lesson and good example of China is that they do not import plant and machine as plant and machine. They always import plant and machinery as an engineering, basic engineering, detailed engineering, and they do manufacture within their country. And so they have been doing it for last 20 years, and they are quite successful. I think the time has come now for the Indian steel industry to put up their own shops for the manufacturing of capital goods, equipments, for machinery, based on the technology wherever they buy from. China has a written policy that at least 50% of the goods, 50% of the equipments are to be built within China. And this is how India has to do. India has to do not 50, India has to do 75% equipment has to be built in India. And that time will be a mature time for the Indian steel industry. Tata Growth Shop was put way back. Hindustan Steel Works was put way back. ISJEC, Indian Sugar and General Engineering Corporation, is existing for many years. BHEL existing for many years. L&T is existing for many, many years. On the same path, we in Jindal Steel and Power, we installed our equipment manufacturing division 15 years back. Today, we are manufacturing equipment for self as well as for JSW and for many more organizations. We are open to work for anybody, and this is how we are doing. And we have found that we could save at least 30 to 40% in terms of overall cost when we produce in India versus we import. So this is something very encouraging. So I request all of the steel plants, they should have their own design house and they should have their own equipment manufacturing division. As far as the technology is concerned, today the blast furnaces are not treated to be very environmental friendly because it has to have sinter plant, it has to have either pelletization plant, or it has to have the coke ovens, and finally we feel that overall CO2 generation is very high. And all the way the coking coal has to be brought into the country either from Australia or from Russia or from Colombia or from America. So there is a dependence of a lot of imports in putting a blast furnace. Looking to those kind of cumbersome activities and very difficult imports, especially when the dollar to rupee is always imbalanced. It used to be 37 rupees 10 years back, and today it is 72 rupees. And we do not know where will it end, maybe 80 rupees, 90 rupees, 100 rupees in the next 3 years, 4 years time. Now, what we thought in 2007 to install a coal gasification plant. So how to produce coal, how to produce gas from coal. That gas is syngas, synthesis gas, having calorific value of 3,500 kilocal, duly reformed, and how to utilize this gas into DRI. So this plant was started in 2014. It has been running intermittently because the coal was not available, and we didn't have the coal mines because the coal blocks were cancelled by Honorable Supreme Court in 2014. So we were struggling to find the right quality of coal, right grade of coal to run these gasifiers. So we were keeping it on, off mode. But finally, from this month in January, we have reached to an understanding with MCL, that is Mahanadi Coalfield, is a part of Coal India. Now they are supplying us regularly the coal of desired quality or from a desired mine, which is very near to us, about 40 kilometers, and the gasifier is running in full swing. We are producing about 200 tons per hour from the mega module. Shortly we will reach to 250 tons per hour of DRI. So we have 7 gasifiers. Each gasifier is 35,000 Nm³ each. The total gasification capacity is 225,000 Nm³. So this is the first time in the world that regularly, continuously, 24/7 a plant is running, and the first plant in the world based on Indian high-ash coal to syngas and syngas to DRI. This is the first plant in the world making DRI. Again, the first plant in the world where we have started injecting coke oven gas into DRI. So at the moment we are injecting about 10,000 Nm³ per minute, and shortly we will elevate it to 60,000 Nm³ per minute, and then our requirement of coal will be reduced to 1/3. So whatever the coke oven gas we have,